Alright, shalom y'all. Back at it again. And I was going into how the media basically how that basically ties in with them three unclean spirits. You know what the word media goes back to, and there's something else, you know. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, this one. 5 and 1 second verse. Medium, pure, loud. Noun is media. It's many media agencies, many forms of it too. Used to describe newspapers, radio, and other certain sources of information. But that is interesting. Not TV. They all on TV and online. I mean, before Esau could just lie, on the newspaper. Well, Esau would just, yeah, he would just lie, on the newspapers and shit, like that. But now it's like, but it was harder to him. It was harder for him to really cover shit up like that. And then when the TV era came, it wasn't as hard to do that. And then now the internet. Well, the internet is actually fucking this shit up. He thought it would actually, he thought it, by promoting that shit, by putting it out there, knows that Jake who invented it, but by putting it out there, he thought that, would help his cause, help push that wickedness out there. But really, it backfired on his ass. That's why nowadays Esau trying to shut it down. But let me go to, this is something very interesting. Especially, this is something very interesting right here. Like that, when I was meditating about this, and it came to mind. I was thinking about it. It came to mind. I truly believe Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Put this on my spirit, like reveal it to me. Crystal ball, okay. What that is, this is what it does, A solid globe of glass or wrought crystal used by fortune tellers and clairvoyants for crystal gazing. They get a message. They get a message. Okay, yeah. Look deeply. Okay, lay your hand gently on the ball for 2 minutes to infuse it with your energy. Reflect on the purpose of this grind season. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that is, but basically witchcraft, right? Visualize your question, say it out loud, and take your hands off the crystal and look deeply into it. Okay, so it's a tool for witchcraft basically. And what is, see, like, look deeply into the crystal to get the message. Basically, it will show you an image of it, pretty much, of what the demon wants to show you, basically. And there's a glass ball too, glass balls. Well, fuse it with your energy. See, I'm gonna go into that. It may not make sense what I'm saying right now, but just stay with me and you find out. You see what I mean. Cause that's like a miniature version of that, basically. And then okay, so telecommunication medium using for transmitting moving images in monochrome, black and white. Okay, that's the history of it. It used to be that way. History of television. Telesphere vision. History of it. Okay. Mechanical television. Okay. Digital television. Mass medium for advertising, propaganda, and entertainment. Propaganda is how they use it, what they use to get people to support wars, by the way. Use mechanical rotating perforated disc to scan the scene into a time varying signal that could. Okay, so it was like, them projector types that could be reconstructed at a receiver back into an approximation of the original image. Development of television was interrupted by the Second World War. After the end of the war, all electronic methods of scanning and displaying images became standard. And several different standards for addition of color to transmitted images were developed, with different regions using technically incompatible signal standards. Television broadcasting expanded rapidly after World War II, becoming an important mass medium for advertising, propaganda, and entertainment. Television broadcasts can be distributed over the air by VHF and UHF radio signals from terrestrial transmitting stations, by microwave band signals from Earth orbiting satellites, or by wire transmission to individual consumers by cable TV. Many countries have moved away from the original analog radio transmission methods and now use digital television standards, providing additional operating features and conserving radio spectrum bandwidth for more profitable uses. Television programming can also be distributed over the internet. Television broadcasting may be okay, yada yada yada. Basically, that's how that works. Alright, so basically, sorry. So basically, I'm sleepy. Basically, yeah. Basically, it's how the cathode ray tube, cathode ray tube. It basically how that will work. I'm going to that. That's a cathode ray too right there. And that's like the first ones. And then it's a vacuum tube that contains one more electron guns, and the phosphorescent screen is used to display images and modulates and accelerates and deflects electron beams onto the screen to create the images. The images may represent electrical waveforms, oscilloscope pictures, television, computer monitor, radar targets, like or other phenomena. CRTs have also been used as memory devices, okay, which case the physical light emitted from further fluorescent material, if any, is not intended to have a significant meaning to a visual observer, though the visible pattern on two may accurately represent the stored data. Okay, so basically, yeah. So basically, color devices, images produced by controlling the intensity of each of the three electric beams, one for each additive primary color, red, green, and blue, with the visual signal as a reference. But it's all like it's sitting over the air, remember? Sitting over the air, or like that, basically. It's sent over the air, basically. The antenna, you have the antenna sent over the air, and then it's sent down, like that. And that's interesting. And then the electron beams are shot, so it's like two forms of energy, right? Energy, electrons is an energy, basically. I think. Hold on. That's basically electricity, which it's a form of energy, basically. So basically, they made it. It's form. It's a part of energy. It's a particle of energy. So basically, electricity, right? So forms of energy. Okay. Because reason why I'm pulling this up is because we're gonna see the different types of energy include thermal energy, radiant energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, electrical motion, sound, elastic, and gravitational. Okay. So that's interesting because this right here, what's a spirit metal? Angels are spirits, right? So, hold on, bear with me. Con right here. Con right here. You about to see. Psalms 104 verse 4, 144 right there. Kala Yahba Shem Shai Shem Kakadash. Who maketh his angel spirits his ministers of flaming fire. Okay, spirit. So when the Bible, when the verse say something like that, first his ministers of flaming fire, his angel spirits, is repeating. He's repeating himself, but in a different way. So a flaming fire, right? What we just read about energy. What is in? I could go back, right? What's energy? What's one form of energy? Slakia. I'm gonna have to look it up again. Forms of energy. There you go. One of them. Thermal energy, right? Angels, ministers of fire, right? So keep that in mind. Now something else. Angels, he maketh his angels spirits, right? So angels are ministers of fire, right? They're spirits. And also, even this, when the Ruach Kadash at Pentecost, like when the Ruach Kadash fell, okay, let me pull that up, which is the Holy Ghost, right? By the way, Acts 2. I'm just gonna. No, wait. Yeah. I should do that. Psalms 104, verse 4. That's the spirit right there. I didn't even know that was the Psalms. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was Psalms 104, verse 4. Kala Yahba Shem Shai. Alright, right here. Yeah, Acts chapter, okay, it's about the day of Pentecost, and when the, verse 1, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. Verse 3, and there appeared unto them cloven tongues, like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. Verse 4, and they were all filled with the Holy Ghost, the Holy Ghost, the Ruach Kadash, and began to speak with other tongues. It's in Hebrews Ruach Kadash, in case you didn't know, as the Spirit gave them utterance. So, yeah. So, Keep in mind the verse that I read before that chapter. So that shows you right there. And so spirits, right? Spiritual beings, they're made out of fire. Well, they're made out of energy. You know, it's a form of energy, right? Fire, which is energy. Also, keep in mind the scripture about chariots, the chariot of fire. Keep in mind that one. So, you see, well, you know, the angels, you know, they that's really talking about the right hand, you know, the righteous angels, right? When it talks about the angels. And even, you know, well, even the crocodiles, I mean, that's he appeared at Pentecost as a tongue made out of fire. Come on. So, that's thermal energy. So, angels are, right? And you know, crocodiles, you know, even the Most High, even Yahweh, like he is a spirit, is a consuming fire. For our power is a consuming fire. That is also literal. Well, he appears, Daniel, that chapter in Daniel, and his son Yahushua, appear in Revelation, show how he was in Revelation chapter 1 verses 14 and 15. In Daniel also Yahweh shows you, how he looks. He appeared to that's he show you how he looked. But also it is a spirit. Yahweh is a spirit, and you gotta worship him in spirit and in truth. That's why you gotta, yeah. So it tells you in this verse that Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So also, there's also, well, demons are called unclean spirits. They're called evil spirits in different parts of the scripture. So right hand, left hand, right. The demons over there, the left hand. And so remember what I pulled up about electron, right? That's a form of it too. Electron, they shoot electron beams that shows you the image. Is how that image gets to be shown on the monitor, and then the way it works. The way it works, the way that it gets transmitted, either by okay, babe, either by VHF and UHF radio signals from terrestrial transmitting stations, microwave band signals from Earth orbiting satellites, about wire transmission to individual consumers like cable TV, and also over the internet. Also, I want to look. So that's all forms of energy right there. Yeah, it can change form. Pretty sure it can change form. Energy transformation is when energy changes from one form to another, like in a hydroelectric dam that transfers the kinetic energy of water into electrical energy. While energy can be transferred to transform, the total amount of energy does not change. This is called energy conservation. Alright, so it can be changed into another form. The nuclear, that's the radiation comes from it. It radiates. That's how the energy moves. And then sound, the vibration, radio wave. So transferring Salakia from one form of energy to another. So basically, Akim, your TV, especially you look through the monitor, is basically like a form. It's basically like a form. It's a form of like a crystal ball type. It's a form of that, like a crystal ball type deal. That's like it's basically like on the left hand side, like that they have like that TV. They have that TV. It's like a crystal ball type deal. On the right hand side, this is what. Hold on, let me check the comments. If y'all got anything to say on the comment board. I wonder if it's even showing on here. Because I've been going in, and if it don't show on here, I gotta redo this live. but I don't see nobody watching. I just don't. So, um, energy transfer to energy. Hold on before I go into that, because it can be. Hold on, Akim.